Hello everyone, welcome to Science and Tech series with Dr. Vedran. Topic for today's discussion is from space section. There is a headline which is dominating all the leading newspapers. Ceres is now an ocean bird. So in this lecture we will decode what does this headline means, what is Ceres, what this ocean bird reference or notification actually means. So without wasting any time, let's decode this theme. Ceres is now ocean bird. So first of all, what exactly is Ceres? So if you have covered geography, solar system part, or you have been familiar with science and tech space segment, this term should not be too alien for you. Ceres is an dwarf planet currently, which was originally discovered way back in 1801 by Peasi, who discovered it as a form of an asteroid. But over the years, in new classification, currently Ceres is classified as a dwarf planet. So it is one of the largest object in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and it fulfills all the criteria which should be there to be classified as dwarf planet. We all know currently there are 8 planets. Pluto, originally being a planet, is now downgraded to a dwarf planet. So this activates our second part: what exactly is a dwarf planet and what are the conditions? So currently the International Astronomical Union accepts that there are just 5 dwarf planets, which if I have to arrange them on basis of their size, they would be: the first one we all know is the Pluto, which is one of the farthest planet which we have in our solar system, which we used to have. Then we have Aries. Then we have Makemake, so the names are quite intriguing. And then we have Gaussian. And finally we have the Ceres. So these are the 5 planets which you should memorize as per their order, because a question can be there: arrange this dwarf planet on basis of their size. So you could make your own acronym like PEMHC could be there, protein energy malnutrition, going to a high code. So these are the mnemonics you could make in such topics whenever some arrangement is there. So coming to the main fundamental theme, what exactly is a dwarf planet? There are 4 conditions which the object must fulfill to be classified as a dwarf planet. First and foremost is that it should revolve around the sun in an orbit, which we see the planets also revolve in an orbit around the sun. Second, it should not be a satellite, like we have seen that all planets more or less have multiple satellites. It should not be an object which is directly related to some main planet. It should not be a moon or a satellite, to set the second criteria. Third, it should have not clear neighborhood around it. So these planets which we have classified as the major planets have clear neighborhood around them, which is not so case in case of these dwarf planets. Like in case of Ceres, we have seen it falls under the asteroid belt. It doesn't have a clear neighborhood. And finally, it should have enough mass so that gravity pulls it into roughly a spherical shape, which all of these have. So this is where this makes them a variant for to be classified as a dwarf planet. So all these 5 are roughly spherical in shape. They are revolving around the sun. They don't have their own satellite, or they are not themselves the satellite of some other planet, and they have not a clear neighborhood. So these are the themes in which a statement based question can be framed by UPSC, and it might say which of the following are condition or not a condition for a body to be classified as dwarf planet. So make sure you are thorough with these 4 themes. Now, which is the mission which has decoded and helped in deducing that the Ceres is ocean bird? So it was NASA's mission, which is Dawn. So make sure you also go through the basics of this mission. This mission functioned from 2015 to 2018, and it gave significant insights about these dwarf planet, and the scientists have analyzed the data and confirmed that there is you could say a brink or a saline water body which lies under its frigid surface. So this generates lot of hope, and ocean bird term means that there is a water in solar system and beyond, because we are trying to locate water in extraterrestrial bodies, in the outer planets, or even in our own solar system, because there is a possibility some microbial life might be thriving, and it gives the base that we might decode some like ancient life form which might have existed at that time. So this is where this theme comes. Straight away question can also be framed: which the following body holds water? So in that case, if series is one of the option, it can be picked. So this is what this term ocean word signifies. This means that this dwarf asteroid, or you could say the planet, has water, because this it had gone almost 35 kilometers in depth, and it had analyzed the data in deep, and it has confirmed that water exists. These findings have been published in reputed journals, astronomy. So you can bet on it that this is a confirmatory theme, not a speculative. Okay. So overall, what you need to do whenever such topics are in news, you should just go through the basic planets, their criteria, what have been are the major, at least the largest satellite of each planet, and what have been the major space missions which have been trying to decode them. Like just like it dawn, make sure you also go through the list of which is was the major mission to study the Saturn. Like we have Cassini, Jupiter, we have Juno, and Mars is currently the most dominating one. We have seen how UAE, USA, China in last month have launched their individual missions to Mars. All three have been covered in our series. You could go through them in case you have missed them. And this is another addition. And the more important theme is the theme of dwarf planet, because it has been highlighted in the newspaper. You should make an attempt to memorize all four criteria, and these examples are additional. There is another one, sixth, which is an asteroid. Currently, they are trying to decode whether it should be placed in this or not. That is speculative one, so I am not naming that. So this is what we have in today's lecture. I hope this session was useful in some way. Thank you for watching. Keep preparing hard. Have a nice day.